on, people. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If in fact we are live, hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. Okay, it say we up. We running. I got a green, excellent little light there. Okay. Okay, if y'all came over here, come hit me up in the chat so I see what's going on. Welcome, 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 welcome to podcast My Life After. It is me, your host, the Crazy Melanin Princess, aka Big Mama. And I really do need somebody to say something in the chat though, because what's going on? It's giving me all kinds of indicators that my actual studio equipment, like the actual studio, is in and out of responding. Janelle, hey Janelle, how are you? How is your son? Did he graduate? He graduated last year. What school he at? Wait, him and Michael were in the same grade, or was he a year after Michael, which means he's graduating this year? What's going on? How that baby is? How that baby doing with his little smart, brilliant self? Oh, I love it. And thank you for joining. Thank you guys all for joining. Today's show is about honoring Black fathers and Black father figures. What is the show about? Single Black dads. In the house Black dads. We not talking about deadbeat dads. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Sophomore at Howard? Yes. Okay. Jaden, come on now. This is what I'm talking about. These babies. I love this. I so love it. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. Oh, and then a little baby. That little baby gonna be a Yale or something. I already know. So, thank you for joining. So yeah, today the show is honoring dads in lieu of Father's Day that is coming up. And the point, the overarching something of today is honoring Black dads, because the end result, what churns out on the other side of said great dads, young men like Janelle's, who's in, and I'm going to talk about, of course, the data, because I am a data-driven person. I mean, math is my thing. So we are going to talk about the data and how it supports efforts as such with Black men, Black fathers, in lieu of Father's Day, coming up on Sunday. So their involvement, some of their struggles, of course the outcomes, because we were just talking about that, why it all matters. Ultimately, that's what the show is about today. But before we get into that, I got to get into all the nonsense, because I wouldn't be the Crazy Melanin Princess without it. Now that's a good question, cousin. So sorry y'all, because y'all over here asking me how I get on the show on y'all know, we know the deal. It's the same thing every single week. What's this girl going through? It's the fact that I am doing all of the things. This is a one-man show. And when I say one-man show, I mean one-man everything. Okay. See, my cousin got it. She got it. She on. Hey, Steph. Yeah, like we are I'm a one-man band over here. I always forget the flow of my show. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I mean, I got it mentally, but who gives a crap? What we on today? This is today's thing. It's no different from last week. I took one huge bite, so let's just say I had 80 milligrams in one bite 20 minutes ago. And it's strawberry. I forgot. Bartender tonight, yours truly as well, unfortunately. And because of that, what does she go to? Good old trusty. We have a lemon drop with Kirkland vodka this week. That is what we own. I did put a sugar rim. Yeah, I get confused with the sugar and the salt thing. But my salt is pink, so I shouldn't get too confused. I can tell the difference between pink and white. Or rather, if I can, I shouldn't be confused. But I'm crazy. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between pink and white. So, anywho, so yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. But of course, we got to get into the shits of the shit, right? So, today is Tuesday, June 10th. It's me, Crazy Melanin Princess, aka Big Mama. And I want to start by saying to those of you who went and watched the swimsuit campaign that was to promote episode 10, which is a 2-hour show. Crazy. But it was real good. The 2-hour show of marking my 10th episode. Thank you. That's what the swimsuits are about. So when people were like, what is the swimsuits about? Just a way to get attention. Thirst trapping. Okay, let's call it what it is. To get eyes on, if you want to see me in a swimsuit, go watch that shit. That's what that was about. Ooh, I'm dripping stuff. Nothing more, nothing less. So thank you guys to those of you who watched that. The time capsule today. You know, a lot of times we ain't got nothing really. It just be a boring, nothing but a Taco Tuesday, even though that's something to celebrate every week, right? If nothing else, every Tuesday, we can celebrate tacos. Not the one occupying the office, the big office, the people's office, the office we built. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So, Taco Tuesday. Time capsule. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to my brother, who is one of those. I'm sorry, let me put my drink, my shaker, because I got some left in the refrigerator. So, it's my brother's birthday. He's one of those father figures. He is not a father to any child biologically, but as that uncle, oh my gosh, every child loves him. He is Uncle Larry. So happy birthday to my little brother, Uncle Larry. Today is his birthday. Today is Hood Day. I'm not going to go any further with that. Did y'all know the second Tuesday of June is Call Your Doctor Day? Hell, we calling him for? Nobody just want to call and talk to him. Even though I love my doctor. He kind of cool. Him and my female doctor for my female parts. Dr. Abdul, I really love her. She's so soft and gentle. She got little baby hair. She's just like, her bedside manner is just, he kind of wanted her to be a little more rough. Like, girl, if you don't touch my arm. She's just like, oh, is it okay if I do this? Like, girl, I don't even feel you doing nothing. I mean, I guess that's a good thing considering she's my female doctor or my female parts. But the point is, she's just so soft. I love Dr. Abdul. Her name is Sanaa too. Sanaa Abdul. Yes, but my doctor, call your doctor day. I think we're supposed to get colonoscopies every 2 years. Yeah, I had one 2 years ago. So I guess I missed that. And I didn't want to call today because I got other stuff to do. You know, start going down a rabbit hole. And I ain't got time for that because I do the show and y'all know me every week. I got too much going on. I went through makeup today, but I did not go to hair. Can y'all see this mess? Look, I said, are they going to notice that Big Mama ain't did nothing to this head? So you going to go out there looking crazy, girl. And will, because y'all know I don't care. So yeah, National Call Your Doctor Day. Today is the great Hattie McDaniel's birthday. Never knew she was a Gemini born on June 10th. The dude who started Alcoholic Anonymous. But I'm not an alcoholic, so I guess it don't matter. I'm a responsible drinker. I forgot his name. He took his very last drink on June 10th, like 1963. Let me turn this air conditioner off. I forgot I got this humming going on in the background. Sorry, guys. He had his very last drink on June 10th, and he started Alcoholics Anonymous on today. Y'all be learning something with Big Mama. That's why people be like, you are a wealth of useless knowledge. Unless I go on Jeopardy. The Equal Pay Act. Kennedy. Equal Pay Act. Signed today. Unlike some of the things that are being dismantled today. We have unlawful immigration raids happening in Los Angeles right now. On today, militia being called in on citizens, civil unrest, chaos happening. June 10th, 2025. So that's our time capsule for tonight. So we're gonna lock that in and throw it away. But that was June. That's June 10th. That's a June 10th right there for you. We don't usually have that much stuff, but I guess there's a lot of stuff going on. It makes up for the weeks where we ain't really got nothing, right? So this weekend it was a BET award. So while we talking about these ICE raids, I don't watch BET awards or anything like that have anything to do with BET. I don't watch nothing having to do with BET. Maybe if Miss Pat got something to do with BET, I love her, but that's about the extent of me and any relationship with BET, their awards, or anything. I don't know nothing about any other shows. Not saying I've ever heard of their shows. Of course, I've heard of some of their shows. If you start talking about some of that crazy hip hop love fighting stuff, I've heard of the show. I don't watch it, but I've heard of it. So, that's what I mean. Not that I ain't heard of it. I don't know. No. I've heard, but I just don't know anything about it. I couldn't speak to it because I'm not educated. Let's use the term. I'm not educated in that genre. Okay. At the BET Awards, there are a number of artists that were speaking out. I don't know where the BET Awards were. I would only suspect if it was happening outside of the venue, perhaps at the Staples Center downtown Los Angeles, because that's where all of this craziness is happening. The protests of immigration laws and all the stuff that's happening that people see in the news. So, for a moment, let's talk about, I'm sorry, because I look crazy and I can't look that damn crazy, sorry. Propaganda, the media, the way in which it is being portrayed, the way in which what the world sees. And I'm speaking as a native born in Los Angeles, California, born and raised. I have never lived anywhere else other than I don't like how fucking shiny and shit I am. Oh my God. I've never lived anywhere else. I have 50 years of these eyes and head having knowledge of things that have happened here in the city. And this is different than anything else, I will say, for various reasons, and I'm not going to get into it because that's not what this show is about. And you know I don't like talking policy, but we're talking about time capsule. Even though I locked it and put it away, we still going to build because we talking about the BET Awards. The fact that artists are speaking out about what was going on, I assume it was downtown. Propaganda will have you believe, and I heard someone speak on the share, because again, I'm a data and a numbers person. I like facts. We're going to walk through any conversation based off of what things are, not how you feel about certain things, because I feel a certain way about them too. However, if that ain't the truth, it ain't the truth. We can feel how the hell we want to feel. If you go back and watch episode 1, we can deal in a lot of things, emotions. I'm a Cancer. I am sensitive about a lot of ish. So I lead with emotion. I feel my way intuitively through people and relationships, through my life. My life, it moves with how I feel about people. Yes, I do make rational decisions, duh. However, what moves me and creates my narrative in life is how people make me feel. With that being said, this story that the media is telling, as if all of people think that this is Palestine right now. Do you hear anything? First off, people believe South LA, South Central LA, and they think South, all that is all in LA. That is not Los Angeles. The scope of Los Angeles is the county of Los Angeles has more individuals living in it than 40 states. So all the people who live in 40 individual states, there are more people living in Los Angeles County. We are big land-wise. We are big in population. We aren't even like New York, where people are compounded and living atop one another. That is not how Los Angeles is. I got a ginormous ass backyard. In South LA, one would have you believe that what you're seeing downtown, which majority of the people who live in LA never go downtown. We avoid it like the plague unless you have to go. Even when you get a parking citation, not a parking citation, you don't have to go where they are downtown. If you get I was driving and I was over the speed limit and I gotta go to court, you probably ain't going where they are either, because that courthouse is further south. So again, and you're nowhere close to that. Where they are is different. That is not LA. That's downtown metropolis hub. It's almost like the airport. It's the airport. It's the government. Like the government. I'm talking about you got federal stuff, or you doing some federal jury duty type stuff. Cause you ain't down there unless it's nighttime and then we clubbing. Cause then it's some things going on down. Now change. The city changed. It changed from that to this. Totally different. It's warehouses and stuff. So don't believe the hype. Don't believe that mess. And what is happening is unlawful. Read the rule of law. This is not how this should be handled. It is a civil offense. Therefore, it has penalties and other ways with due process, like when you get pulled over. It's illegal. Illegal immigrant, illegal driving. Your driving was illegal. When you on your way to Vegas, and as soon as you hit that 15 in San Bernardino, and because you've been in traffic for so long trying to get out of Los Angeles on a Friday evening like an idiot, because we'll do that anyway, because that's the wrong time to leave. Dodos. You get to the 15 and you feel like you can push it. Speed limit 55. Your ass take off and they clock you at 96. Let's say they snatch you out of your... Now here's the thing. This is what's supposed to happen to you. At their discretion. They don't give due process on the scene. the police do. They have a rule book. They got two things to do. They can cite you because that's called reckless endangerment. That you can go to jail on site for. Going 30 plus, 35, depending on what area. But pretty much, if it's 65, you going 95, babe, and don't nobody know that code. I can give you penal codes and all that. You don't want that. That's not what we're here for. But she knows them, okay? That's reckless endangerment. They can take you right then for no other reason other than you were speeding so fast you could have killed everyone. You're going to jail. Almost like a DUI, where you're typically going to go. And I'm talking about you sober. Just the fact that you sped off and you got clocked at 96. You can go right then and there to jail. Or they can cite you and send you on your way and tell you, I better not ever catch you out. You know they little threat. You better not ever get caught doing it again. That's their two things. They on site have that. That is within the police to say what I want to do, the highway patrol. If I want to, there's no rule book that says he has to take you. Not one at all. There isn't one. You can get a ticket. When you get that ticket, you show up to court. It's called arraignment. You go to court. You enter a plea. That is where you say, I'm guilty, I'm not guilty, or no contest. All three have them their said ramifications, right? Well, if you say, I'm guilty, well, okay, because you're not going to really ask for a jury. You could ask for one, but ain't nobody asking, so you can ask for a jury of your peers. But that's only if you're saying, let me go through it. Sorry. Because we're going to get through this. You say I'm guilty, you don't get no nothing. They going to tell you, the judge going to be like, you sure you want to say you guilty? The reason, you sure you want to say you guilty? I want to say I'm guilty. Well, anything that's punishable for your said act, civilly, criminally, whatever, can come back on you. So let's just say you already had a ticket or something, and they said in said ticket, whatever, and while you out and releasing, you fine and you cool, that if you are ever caught doing said such and such, you have an automatic something to go to prison for maximum of such and such time. Well, the fact that you said I'm guilty, you didn't just unlock the chunk to when I had that stop sign ticket and when I done did that. So you never say you guilty of nothing, of no nothing. You plead no contest. That's what no contest is for. To keep all that stuff locked and sealed in case there was some things that past behaviors and got me in that said if I ever am found guilty of da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, or if I ever plead guilty, not if I ever found guilty, if I ever plead guilty to it, because there's a different language. If I ever plead guilty to said da-da-da-da-da, then the gates of fury are going to be leashed upon you and you're going to go to do a lot more. So you say no contest. That's there for. Because if I'm found guilty, well, dang, you got me, right? And then not guilty is I didn't do it, and we're going to fight this. I can fight it where the judge gives me the ruling and say, I believe you. Or a jury of my peers. That's where that stuff comes in. The jury of my peers. Nah, I need 12 motherfuckers from LA to do the thing. That whole process is called due. Because that's how that shit's supposed to fucking work. It's called due. It's due to me. Why I gotta show up? Because otherwise, I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't stop when I saw the red, blue, and white lights behind me if there wasn't going to be no due process. I just keep going and assume, they don't want me anymore. And I just drive off, you know? That's what I do. But what I know I did was illegal. It's okay. You got me. I'm going to pull over and you're going to either take me then and I got to deal with the court date tomorrow. But if I'm going to Vegas, clearly, it's the weekend. You ain't going to get nobody till Monday. Hopefully, but if there's more people in front of you, maybe Tuesday if they crowded. So there's that whole thing. And because let's not get into the no cash bail system on if what you did costs more than what you got. And they say, oh, we can't get to you to 2 months. You gotta sit in there for 2 months. So that's the. I should do a whole show on that, huh? Just to help people understand, because it seems like people don't fucking get this shit. Anyhow, due process, ICE raids. They're illegal civilly. Ain't no more or fucking less illegal than my ass. I got clocked at 10 motherfucking 12. 1012. And Big Mama didn't go. She flirted her ass on the hell up out that motherfucker. 112. Peaches and frickin' cream, okay? Because that's what Big Mama was. Right on the other side of frickin' Barstow. Because it was traffic all the way. And I was in my Camaro. And baby. And I just rode on the whole side and just went around everybody. Clocked at 112, okay? 1012. He should have took. No, he shouldn't have. No, he didn't. He shouldn't have. That would have messed up my whole Vegas experience. But yeah, no more right or wrong than an illegal immigrant living in Los Angeles. So you can feel how you want to feel. You can do all the things. But what you need to understand is that's the law. So if you read the law, that's like you feeling as if because I was going 95, that officer had the right. Because I told you he only had 2 things in his rule book that he's supposed to do. According to his job and according to the law of the fucking land. He only had 2 things to do. Issue me a citation or take my ass to jail. That's all he had to do. He does not have the right to, as soon as he walks up to my car, because I am the driver, so he knows that I am the one who was going 95 miles per hour. Unlike when I say, oh, hi, officer, he doesn't have a right to just, bow, bam, get your ass out, and do. He does not have the right to do that. You know why he doesn't? Because that's not the law of the land. He doesn't have the law behind him when he does that. Now, I'm not saying what happens, what doesn't happen. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how people feel about people living here when that is not that's not your ministry. And if you understood it more, perhaps you wouldn't feel the way that you feel. Now, where y'all want this thing? There are a lot of things that we all feel about. A lot of shit. Can't say we do. Can't say we don't. You're entitled to feel it. That's the thing. Ain't nobody saying don't feel it. Feel it. But don't mistake your feel, your hate, your whatever that is in you to hate people because of something so minuscule. Because of that, check yourself. Before you wreck yourself. You caring too much about other people, other things that don't pertain to you. So, what I'm going to do, as a matter of fact, I think it just to calm my ass the hell down. Because y'all done got me all off topic. No, I'm still on topic. Something else that was going on this weekend is a Roots Picnic concert. Holy moly donut shop. Ooh wee. Ooh freaking wee. Ooh wee. I don't think y'all understand. Everybody who was somebody was in the motherfucking house. Okay? We were all in there. And I ain't saying that you ain't nobody. I'm just saying that where was you? Where was ya? Why wasn't you there? My goodness. Oh, this concert was just so unifying and beautiful and just textured and cultured, and it was celebrating the class of 1995, which I, your girl, Big Mama, happens to be a class member of. So I'm celebrating my 30-year class reunion, and the songs, the music was the soundtrack to where I turned adult. That that soundtrack was when I turned adult. Clearly, because 9 months later, I had a child. Well, 10 technically, but guess that's how the gestational thing works. Y'all love my life. Dot dot dot. After it, it's so funny because somebody had said to me, I don't remember who it was, and I was like, this is really the thoughts going on inside my head, and you guys are so sweet to allow me to just babble on, and y'all listen to what be going on behind the scenes. Cause what the something wrong with me, man? It was E40 finds. Oh my God, DJ Quick, Lil Kim, Goody Mob, Method Man, and Redman. Did I say Lil Kim? Lil Kim rocked the house. Oh my gosh. We gonna take a minute. We gonna give Kimmy her Kims, okay? Queen B. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. I'ma throw shade if I can't get paid. Blow me up to your girl like the Ami Panay. I'ma slide on your ice like the escapade. The itchy yaya with the mama leg. Oh my gosh, Kim rocked the house. She tore that stage up. Say what you want. That woman is she's so iconic. She is so iconic. People better give my Kim her shit and give it to her fast. She's everything. She's everything now. She's everything still today. She's everything right here, right now at 7:04 on June 10th. Okay? Kim is all those things. Um, boom, 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 boom. Man, let me tell you this. That group was just, it's a fiber of my life because, they said that they were devil worshippers and all this other stuff. Be it or not, I don't know. But I'll tell you how that plays into something, and we're going to start adding my quote together because y'all going to hear how crazy I get to why I am so crazy, right? I was kicked out of St. Mary's Academy. It's all girls school in Inglewood. I could have gone to another private school, to another private school. However, I had never gone to a public school a day in my life. I so wanted the experience. Like, how you so hood? You that girl. You. Like, I'm not being taken serious. So I went to Pacific Palisades High. Oh, it was gangsters there. Prep thugs, okay? That's what I think that they were called, prep thugs. They came from the hood, but they were the softest, most preppy. They look Palisades, Santa Monica-ish kids you ever wanted to meet. Uh, Ironically, they all happen to be good looking, weird and random, right? So they don't count. But nevertheless, that's what happened. I felt some kind of way, and Bone Thugs came with this whole little anthemy chanty thing, and I'm like, just got this hard on for life. And when those songs came on, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, boom, 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 boom. Like that just waking up is on a radio play all the time. That is where it's nostalgia. That is what nostalgia is. When people can't explain what's nostalgia, that right there. That's a nostalgic. It brings a feeling, a taste. It it enhances your senses in ways that are triggered by another sense. So by hearing their music, it puts my heartstrings, my emotion, my balance, my mental in that particular place. But yeah, that concert was everything. And I gathered my class in 1995 Palisades Dolphins together and said we should all go to this concert. This is in November when it first came on an Instagram scroll. And my cousin started the group and we went in and everybody just started buying tickets. So pretty much all of Palisades, shout out to Palisades class of 1995 for attending that concert, and all other classes of 1995, especially my girls, my SMA Bells at St. Mary's Academy 1995. That concert was everything and more. If you missed it, I hope that Questlove did some type of filming for that concert because it was awesome sauce. And everybody should be able to partake in that, whether you got to attend it on that night or if there's some type of way to have a video stream or something like that of it. So that is also my black business spotlight, was shining a light on, because I don't think we spent enough for them tickets for what I got in that concert. Yeah, JJ, y'all was at the Jagged Edge concert. Yeah, I don't think that there was enough. Well, I heard it was sold out a long time ago when we saw it in November, and when the tickets went on sale, I think as an American Express, the one thing I love about American Express is their small business, the way in which they engage with small business as a American Express card holder. Um, the encouragement, the money back, the rewards on both ends for shopping small, shopping black, shopping women owned with American Express. Also, the venues and certain things that come along with when you buy tickets. So I think that was what I had did to get us pre-sale tickets, and then we were buying tickets. And so anyhow, that was the thick of the skinny. But yeah, that concert was everything. So that's my black business spotlight. Was I hope Questlove is exalted. I said, to me, he is the following generation's Quincy Jones. He has the wisdom, the diplomacy. He bridges all genres together. He bridges people together through music and art. He himself is so artistically inclined. His ear is different than anybody else's. To me, and I say it a lot because of the philanthropic efforts of the two are very alike. The way in which they bring the people, the culture, without ever losing any integrity in any of it at any time, no matter where they play. And they played the biggest stages. They played the most non-black of places where people could own, the Carnegie Halls and the Kennedy Centers and things like that. They are in rooms, they are in Hall of Fames, they are in record keepings that other people just are not in the way in which they are. Diplomacy, philanthropy being two of the largest, and the garnering of the culture and the people, no matter where they seem to go. They never lose the authenticity, the sound, the integrity of who they are, where they came from, how they sound, and they don't change it. It is authentically them, and It is perfect how it is, and no one can tell either Quincy or Questlove that it should sound like this. I don't think anybody should ever have told either of them. You sound crazy telling Quincy. Michael Jackson sounded crazy, and Quincy told him he sounded crazy and left the sound exactly as it was. And the most iconic part of the song is the part Michael wanted to take out, and Quincy said, "Boy, shut up." He's saying, "Boy, shut up," to Michael Jackson. And Michael said, "Yeah, I should have shut the fuck up." Because, like, ow! Like, why do you have that in there? I don't like that. And Quincy said, "Well, that shit gonna be in there." And then it's the most iconic start to any song. You know exactly what it is as soon as that first bell hit. Michael saying, "Yeah, I guess that was a good thing." Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, same thing. Anyhow, let's get into this. Kids Corner, I ain't got shit. Sterling been stealing my car. I told him he stole my face. I called him ugly. He said, "Who said I'm ugly?" When that was funny. Y'all saw that in my story? I was just sharing with her getting her hair braided right now. Cause she thinks she fancy because her birthday coming up. Chop, wallet saga. He ain't got that thing back yet. It got there the day that he was leaving to come back. So his friend girl is mailing it back. So it should be back. I think she must have said something about him not having a driver's license because now he is like, since he came back from JJ, your brother, class 94. I wasn't there then. That's why I missed him. But that's how he knew Lele, huh? Mm-hmm. I think that's how that worked. Um, yeah, I think she must have said something about him not having a driver's license because now, since he came back from his little trip, all he been talking about, he was like, "Can I drive? Can I go?" I don't give a shit. I'm going to drive me, sucker. I'm driving Miss Daisy. Um, oh, now this is funny. So we asked Chopper, we had to graduate, we had Kennedy's graduation. So, so that was my, I ain't talked about it yet because I'm going to save it for the end of the show. But anyhow, we, we had the graduation yesterday, and I didn't ask this little boy. I said, because we got separated from, we're a larger group, but having Michael with us and Mike with them, it makes it easy because we got like twin towers and they towering over the whole thing, so we can always see where the other is because they like walking flagpoles. We see Mike saying something to somebody like, "Oh, maybe they found," because ultimately we were walking out of the procession, behind the class procession, and we're looking for our graduate. We're all looking for Kennedy. We all just came from sitting together, but now we're all walking, and me and the kids are over here, and the older people who are walking slower are back there. We're looking for Kennedy. And so we see Mike say something. Somebody was like, "Oh, like maybe he saw Kennedy." So we send Michael, like, "We're going to stand at this pole right here. And then you come back because you know where we are." So all this movement, like my daddy always said, no movement. When you get lost somewhere, you stay where the fuck you at. You know how people die? Moving. They ain't gonna know or not know your ass lost more or less based off of you out there exhausting your fucking self. Cause when did you find out that you was lost? If you was off the trail or off the whatever, stop. Don't keep walking. Don't keep doing nothing. Survival tells you to go. Smarts says bunker down, look around, find water, hit, like, do that. Cause why you gonna go and have your body do 5 days of trekking with no water? Why you depleting yourself? Baby, they know you lost. And if you just got lost off the trail right there when you realize it, the first place they gonna look is right here where the fuck I realized I was fucking lost off the trail. So there's that. So there's a tip. Because it's fathers. I'm honoring black fathers. So feel me now, okay? Because it's my daddy. I'm gonna tell you a lot of stuff my daddy taught me. Because he was smart and crazy. But his crazy got some smarts. Now, don't that make sense? If your ass is fucking lost, well, why you gonna keep it? And he be like, oh, then she fell down the ravine in the canal. Well, why you find yourself out of ravine in the canal when you knew you was lost a long time ago? Why you searching for? Didn't TLC tell you to stop searching? Dead end, baby. Stop searching. So anyhow, that's that. We gonna move on. We gonna move on. I had asked this on my show: how to respectfully decline someone's, like, when a man or a woman approaches you, you have absolutely no desire to engage or for this to go any further other than, we're meant to cross paths. I feel that way. You connect and then and then it's over, right? Okay. Uh, that's what you got. That's all you know. You know. You wanted to go no further. I don't want to talk to you. Not like that, but I'm just saying it to y'all. I don't want to talk to you. How do you respectfully decline the approach for their interest without being rude? And I honestly want to learn to nip this in the bud. You know how people are always learning, like, oh, the art of saying no, because we're always saying, well, for people pleasers like myself, has always been the ones to say yes. Okay, I've learned to say no. I'm learning to say no. I'm learning to say no. I'm getting real good at it now, Yay for me, because I never thought I'd be there. But it is very freeing, and I like it. But this is one I've always been challenged with. Being approached by men, and it's like, you can say you're married. You can say a whole lot of things. And it's just, you can't get the hound off. Yeah, I need help with that. Because in my older age, bless it. We trying to be respectful. So we here for our love of black men. Do y'all know who the most famous black man in the world is? The most famous black man in the world. Like, ever. That ever lived, ever existed. The most famous. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is the most famous man, not only nationwide, but around the world. I have no feelings about it, but that's cool. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Interesting that it's not Jesus Christ. Like, I thought he'd get a little more favorable rating, but you know, Gandhi maybe. But I'm thinking, and that's weird because with all data and it's exchangeable. And I'll tell you this only because I'm a techie, so I'm always going to bridge technology into stuff so you guys can understand how a lot of technology works, which is what I do on the back end. Use the word African American. Use the word black. Black is construct. It only exists in America. Outside of America, no one is called black. No one uses the word black to describe you. You and I, we, everybody who uses the word black, Only use it in America. When you're in another country, you're American. They can look at your black skin and assume that you got some African descent or from some your ethnicity is somewhere, right? That's how it works. Many people don't understand that. They don't know that. So when you are looking up data, as many people do, and you do so using the words interchangeably, will, can, may alter results, sometimes, maybe, perhaps, depending on sources, depending on sources of search, depending on sources of where they can pull and extract information, what resources that they have as well at their disposal, right? Um, so let's just say that. As for today's thing, we're talking about, for me, the black African American male. Y'all know, call me on anything that I say, and I will give you the periodical and the source. I always tell y'all, I will give you guys the source of anything I say. Now, make sure that you quote me, send me the quote. There's always a transcript and also housekeeping. So, in the transcript, screenshot it, quote, and I'll give you my source. If I say that, it is some factual data because, again, I operate in facts. So, housekeeping on settings, if you want to speed me up on the playback, I always need to say this at the beginning. I forget. I need to start putting that on my card. If you want to speed me up, click on settings and then you'll see there's a way to speed me up. So, do you know that over 50% of black youth now live with their fathers? And the reason why I said y'all start quoting me, this where you pull my card. But as you know, I'm data driven, so baby, I'm ready for it. Okay. Over 50% of black youth live with their fathers. So we started off with, that's why I said show gonna go somewhere. Propaganda. We gonna debunk a lot of fucking myths about this black man, who he is, how he show up, how he fathers, if he's teaching his kids hate evil and they just monsters and animals and all this. We about to debunk all the fucking myths and lies up in this joint. And I'm sorry because I know I'm going to run over them. But I'm sensitive about this shit because I'm a Cancer. And I came from a great black man. I am my daddy's 10th child. Number 10 out of 10. And I lost my dad in 2009. So yes, we gonna debunk all this shit tonight. So let's just talk about the landscape and the raw data about black fathers, their presence. We gonna get into the structure, involvement, and all this other stuff. 58% of black fathers live with one or more of their children. And even those not in the same household maintain significant involvement. 72.7% talk with their children several times a week or more. So when you don't live in a house with your kid, you're on the phone with the little motherfucker all the time. Let's start identifying with the true shit that is in our lives, that we see, that we live. Real shit. Because this data is going to speak to it. And it's the real story. not the one that's pictured and painted on TV as if this is not my current, present, past, most likely future. Well, not future because these niggas is old. I mean, kids is old. But experience. Among resident black dads, I'm going to hold this data off for a minute. So let's just say the family structure for black children. So this is as of March. So this data I'm going to give you is that, because we're going to build, because I'm going to give you a little bit, because we're going to move forward just with a trend. So as of March 2020, 30% of black children lived with both biological parents. 37% of black children lived with both biological parents. 48% lived in single parent homes, and 4% in step family homes. So, like 49%. So nearly half of black children live with a single parent, compared to 20% of white kids. So in 2017, 30% of black children lived with married parents, and 47% with single mothers, and 4% with single fathers. Non-resident black fathers. So these are my baby mama, or my ex-wife, my baby mama, my ex-wife, because my kids over there with her. Listen to this, because these are the men that get it the worst, right? They're the ones that are considered and here's the thing, this is why they probably feel so, sorry guys. Oh, I'm supposed to tell y'all about my little, I don't know who I'm wearing. Sorry, I got the camera so close. Oops. Whatever. Don't nobody care about what the hell I'm wearing. Shit. I don't. But somebody told me, you get sponsors. My sister. But she good at that. I'm just not good at doing it because I need help. And I done already said that. And y'all ain't got me no help. So shit. I done forgot. And I wanted a different camera angle this week. I didn't want my far back where y'all would have saw my dress. See, these are things I got to deal with. This is my life. I need help. Help me, Father. Let me get into this black thing. Let's get into these men who feel a certain way and their feelings are valid. Their feelings are valid. The non-residential black father. The men who have women caring, nurturing, probably wholeheartedly taking care of their child away from him as the one that they live most with, right? 44% of those fathers live apart from at least, or 44% of black fathers live apart from at least one child, compared to 21% of white fathers. Fathers of young children, 32% of black dads live apart versus only 10% of white dads. Single fathers. 16% of single parent households are headed by fathers, equating to about 2.2 million households of the 13.6. So ultimately, 11 million women and whomever else, and 2 million are single men headed by a father, right? Most single fathers are divorced. That's about 60%. 90% of them are employed, with 72% of them are working full time. Let's get into the living arrangements because that's always key too. Because people like, well, it matters depending on if I. Y'all know I'm gonna come with the data on all the breakdowns and the y'all. I mean, I'm gonna need you to have a brain though, a little bit of one. So the home structure and the paternal involvement, the home structure and paternal involvement. I'm intentional, ain't I? I'm a Cancer. Living arrangements, co-residence with children. Overall, about 73% of fathers with kids under 18 live with them. However, 44% of black fathers live apart from at least one child, more than twice the rate than white fathers, 21%. Hispanics, they fall in between at 35%. I'm going to re-engage. I'm bringing that in because of something else. So I did repeat that. Separate but engaged. Among non-residential fathers, 59% of black dads see their children at least weekly. Higher than both whites at 39% and Hispanics at 35%. Um, I'm awake. So that family that I was telling you, that guy who we separate. So my baby lives 100% with her. Let's just say you're a white male. Your baby lives 100% with her. You're Hispanic. Your baby lives 100% with her. Black dads see their children at least weekly. Higher than both white at 39% and Hispanic at 35%. Blacks are at 59%. 59% of them. Like, let's just call it 60%. 60, 40, 35. Black dads is there. And that's what we see. That's what we see in the daycare line. That's who we see at t-ball practice. That's who we see at the little games and when they can't dribble, but they out there and they dad just helping his little trousers and stuff stay up. Let's not act like we don't see it. It don't matter how young that dad is. I've seen dads 14, 15, 16 to where I'm like, can I pay for something? Like, oh, if you want to get them some snacks, like, say less. Black children's household structure in 2023. 37% lived in two biological parent homes. 49.7% lived with a single parent, mainly mothers, where only 4% were step families. In comparison, white kids, 67 biological, the two biological. So blacks, 37, whites, 67. Where single moms or single parent, mainly moms though. Oh, no, for blacks it's mainly moms. Whereas the single parents for white could be father or mother. Okay. 49% single parent or single parent, but that single parent is typically moms for blacks. 49% single parent, 20% for whites. It's disparity all up and through, right? Let's talk about involvement though. Because this is where shit matters. We can't help the numbers, although we can, and we help them through the impact of what we do with the numbers in which we hold. And because that's big, bad, and bold, that's why we honor in black fathers. Because they the best dads there are. By far. By all numbers. By all data. You got you a black dad, you by far go beyond all the things that all the other people could have ever accomplished. Not saying other people don't do it, because it's also black mothers too that do it. It is the fact that having a black dad has an impact that is different than any other impact that could be on a youth than any other. And black father figures. Not just, so every time I say black father, I'm also including black father figures as well. So their involvement versus white and Hispanics. Daily caregiving for cohabitating parents. Fathers with kids under 5 years old. Because, mama, when does it matter if you got a daddy in the household? When does it matter when hormonally, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, financially, when is it the most impactful for your child to have the best start, launch pad, trajectory, everything that they need to accelerate the fucking life? Early minds, early learning. I hope you'll get it. It's a sponge. When they say that, it's for real. These kids got all the things that they need in life that they're going to have by the age of 5. 6 if you're lucky. For those who are cohabitating with their children, their daily caregiving, black fathers, 70% bathe, dress, or help with toilets and all the other little stuff. White fathers, 60%. This is in 2023. 60%. Hispanic fathers, 45%. Black fathers, 70%. White fathers, 60%. Hispanic fathers, 45%. When you have a father that is not in your home, black dads are more likely to take care of children to or from activities daily. 27% than white dads at 20%. Among those not living with the children, 47% of black fathers read with their kids in the past, or read with their kids in the past 4 weeks, compared to 36% of whites and only 30% of Hispanics. These are fathers who do not live in the house. Listen to me. These are black fathers. They don't live with their child. These are fathers who don't even live with this broad. They don't live with her. Almost half of these men black men read to their kids. Like real shit. That's some player shit. Almost half of these black fathers read to their children. They don't live with that broad. They may have baby mama drama, and 50% of them are reading to their child. Whereas compared to only 36% of white fathers and 30% of Hispanics. Y'all gonna stop painting black men out to be all that other stuff. We not going for that narrative. We not going for it. That's some BS. And I'm gonna call it out. And I'm always gonna call it out because it's always gonna be about data. So argue with your mama. non-resident fathers, so those who don't live with the baby mama, them same ones that they be mad. They got a right to be mad and just be bitter and hateful, because this data does prove they good. They good. And y'all girls need to give these brothers a break. They Superman out here. They for real Superman. And I'm going to show you how. Stick with me. Black non-residential fathers also show a stronger co-parenting connection, more likely to consider themselves a good parenting team with the children's mother than their white or Hispanic counterparts. So you got what is deemed baby mama drama. What the fuck do that shit mean? Why is it a black thing? Oh, you got baby mama drama. It's a ghetto term. It's a this, it's a that. It's a negative freaking connotation. When data shows, and if you want to know, I'll tell you. But you're going to have to ask me. And I'll go back and get all of my data script to get to you. Baby mama drama. As if it's most common in our community, with our culture. And data will have you think, or no, in propaganda, media, shows with depiction of said black people. That's why those shows are damaging. Because that's not what really is happening. That's why those shows are trash. Because that's not what the fucking data proves. So why are these shows like that? Because there's a fucking audience. Hence why you need to stop watching the stupid shit. Sorry. Because that's not the truth. And it's propagandizing you too. To believe that your fellow brother, sister, person that you meet on the street is some random person who does not care for their child. That's foolish. That's false. They got a better, these black men have a better relationship with their children than anybody else. Some data even proves better relationship as far as having a true emotional, psychological relationship with both sons and daughters. If you want to get froggy, then with their mothers. Like, I can't tell mom nothing, but I can go over here and talk to my daddy. Sorry, I should edit this out, huh? Oh, I could do that. I've learned how to do it, y'all. Oh, that's going to be so dope. One of these days, I got to tell y'all, I'm taking a seasonal break. So the season's going to end on the Tuesday after my birthday. And that might be a pre-recorded show. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling. So yeah, that might be a pre-recorded show. So it won't work. No, girl. Data would have you believe otherwise. That's not the case. That simply just, that's not the case. Talking about daddy duties. The black dad be on the duties. He do all the duties. He is the duty doer. Okay? All right? Let's talk about some of the outcomes. Black children's outcomes strongly correlate with having said father in their life in pretty much my eyes most any capacity. Yes, there are outliers. I'm not talking about that. We're not going down that path. Not here for that. That's not what we're here for. We are honoring. So we're here for honor. Don't got no hateration, just honoration in this dancery. Okay. Those raised in the two biological parent homes are 3.7 times less likely to live in poverty. So just because you had your mama and your daddy in your life, black Black babies who grow up with their mama and their daddy in their life, in the home with them, are 3 times more or 3 times less likely to live in poverty. They'll also have 70% higher college graduation rate. So when you grow up with both your mom and your dad in the house, 70% you'll graduate from college. 1.8% less likely to be incarcerated than all your peers with just that one parent in their home. Sorry, my ears need to pop. Y'all got me crying and shit. I'll reread that. Y'all just let me see her. That's why we going so slow. I can't fucking see. Those raised in a 2-parent biological, like you got your mama and your daddy. They your mama and your dad. As far as you know, they know, we all know, right? 3 times less likely to live in poverty. 70% higher college graduation rate. 1.8% less likely to be incarcerated than all your peers who just had that one parent household. That is very impactful. Very impactful. Comparable to 2-parent versus single parent gaps that exist for white children. Though white kids are and often remain more likely to live with both parents. 67% versus a 37% blacks. So it really doesn't matter if you are a white father or a black father. Ultimately, having a father in the household is ultimately all. That is it. That is the end all be all. That's why we honoring you dirty scoundrels. Yeah, I got a little table of data, but the fathers that don't live with their kids, blacks 44%, whites 21%, Hispanic 35%. Weekly non-resident engagement. So of those who don't live with their kid, what's the percentage of y'all that's like still engaged with y'all kid even though you don't live with them? Blacks 59%, whites 39%. Oh, this data is 2025 now. Sorry, I'm gonna tell y'all that as of this slide. Blacks 59%, whites 39%, Hispanics 35%. Daily caregiving of co-residentials. Blacks 70%, whites 60%, Hispanics 45%. Those reading to their kids, blacks 47%, whites 36%, Hispanic 30%. The shift in trends over time. It's a huge shift from before. Historically, there was an increase in the co-residents. So it says in 2023, for the first time since 1976, more than half of black children lived with their fathers. Only 47.5 now live without resident dads, marking a significant drop from the 62.8 peak in the mid 1990s. In 1990, 62% of the dads were just missing, gone, out of the household. No dads. Now, Only 47%, more than half of the dads are in the home. More than half of the biological dads are in the home. Knock it the fuck off. Talk that mess somewhere else. Ask me where I get my data from, and I will. Nationwide, fathers average weekly child care hours rose from 6.8 to 7.8. So that's men watching their own children over the past 20 years. So from 6.8 to 7.8 over the past 20 years. However, that increase was modest for black fathers. Only about 20 extra minutes per week, compared with 1 to 2 hours for whites or Asians. And the reason why? Because black fathers had already been spending so much fucking time with their children. The whites and the Asian dads, now that the moms are real housewives, they're out spending the money and yoga, Pilates, and doing all the things that you better get them kids. So the shift is, I guess, the white dads have to start getting their act together, and the Asian dads, because your wives is saying, I'm not doing this shit no more. So that's that. That's really our show. Um, when I was going up, I'm gonna gather it all together. But I had went off the deep end with y'all earlier. And I'm trying to fix it with get us back to center a little bit by the end. I'm sorry, I crashed out on the political scene, and I don't want to do that. There are some. So of course we see the impacts. We also know that all this data matters because black dads are engaged in daily parenting, regardless of the living arrangements. They still in there doing big things all the time. Heck, it looks like the ones who ain't living there is doing even bigger things. So it's helpful to counter those stereotypes. Hence why we honor them, because we need to shine the light on the fact that everything that's out there is a freaking lie. And think about how it's dripped and dropped into the stuff that you digest, the programming. Because that's what TV shows are, programming. When people are giving you shows with baby mama drama, do that over there where the white people at. Because that's where the numbers show that it happens the most. I mean, the data just shows that statistically they have more baby mama drama. We just don't have it. Despite them having less baby mamas. The drama they seem to encounter way more than we do. Our black fathers are trying to not have baby mama drama, and that's why their numbers are looking like, no, I want to build a bridge and go and read to my daughter every night, or go help you with bath time every night, or do some shit like that every night, is what the data show. Not, I want to go over there and beat you up and argue and do all of that. That's not what it's showing. It's showing the counter and contrary. Okay, so that's why this shit matters, because we gonna counter harmful. That shit is harmful. Those are harmful. I'm speaking this way because my mic right here. Those are harmful stereotypes. Black men go out in this world and do too much to have a harmful stereotype when he also has to wear black skin. High percentage of single parent households among black children underscores the importance of recognizing and supporting both father and other parental roles. Single fathers, though fewer, are growing and dedicated, yet often overlooked in the broader parenting conversations. It's a lot of dads out here doing a lot of big things, whether they live with their kids or not. And the data shows, knock it off. Them being there matters. These kids going to Howard, going to the University of Hawaii, going to Dartmouth, going to do all the things that these little kids who was just at Romello, Jalen, Michael, they were just at Palms, middle school. Having a father fucking matters. And so, thank you, black fathers. I had a black father. So many people have black fathers. I'm gonna read off a few programs and policies, programs and policy initiatives, and their placement, as I've gathered, that helps as resources. And if you need it, I always say I'm gonna drop it in, but Big Mama be tired. I ain't got time for all of that. But if y'all want to call me out on anything at any given time, please do, because I will always have all this information. Healthy Marriage and Responsible Fatherhood, HMRF, is a federally now. Here's the thing: anything federally funded, I'm scared, so we don't know anymore. But here are some resources. Healthy Marriage and Responsible Fatherhood, a federally funded program that supports community-based fatherhood initiatives, helping fathers build key relationship and parenting skills. The National Fatherhood Initiative, NFI, National Fatherhood Initiative, through tools like 24/7 Dad, Inside Out Dad, and institutional training, NFI has reached 11 million fathers and trained 48,000 plus staff across 11,700 organizations. Number 3, local and community-based models. That's another genre, another way. So one of them is Dovetail Project. They're in Chicago. It's a 12-week program for young Black and Latino fathers, for young between 17 and 24, covering parenting, financial literacy, legal rights, and job training. It has supported 10,000 plus families via care resource distributors. That's Dovetail Project. They're in Chicago. Black Fatherhood Legacy. That's another local and community-based model type organization or resource for you guys. Black Fatherhood Legacy. They're in Fresno. And All Pro Dad. They're both peer support groups and school-based chapters. 1,400 plus chapters across 42 states, promoting dad-child engagement. Building Strong Families Project. They're called the BSF, Building Strong Families Project. They're a 10-year-old randomized U.S. study offering relationship building workshops for low-income pregnant, unwed parents, focused on strengthening parental involvement and long-term family stability. And then last but not least, and if you need more, ask. I love looking stuff like this up. Annie E. Casey Foundation grants. This is a grant program resource. It funds programs that boost Black father involvement, from parenting skills to community connection across multiple metro areas. I have a quote as it relates to asking why are dads so special. And it's like, fathers set the bar for a relationship with others. And because you have to live in a world, and as my dad always told me, baby girl, I know you move and act like the world revolves around you. And yes, you do have some kind of orbit sphere to where you make a lot of shit start to fucking do this too. It's some trickery sorcery, but bitch, you got it. It's okay. But that ain't how everything is about to work out for you. So, you have to engage with other people. You don't have to like them. They ain't got to be your friend. You ain't got to be close. You ain't got to trust them. But you do have to work with other people. And you have to forge relationships with other people. So why dads are so important is because, or why they are so special is because they do set the bar for the relationships that we have with others. Fathers not only influence who we are inside, but how we have relationships with people as we grow. The way a father treats his child will influence what he or she looks for in other people. Fathers not only influence who we are inside, all of us, men, women, all of us, everybody, because we all have a father, whether absent, not living with, whether you are a parent to, whether you are a father, and I hope a lot of fathers are watching, your influence. Mothers are there to, I broke something, it hurt, I don't know what to do, where you just get baby. That's what mothers are for. Who shapes and forges my confidence, where I go, where I believe I am belong, where I belong, how I'm gonna get there. If I think I can talk the way and get the way and move the way and do the things, that comes from your father. Why are dads so special? Fathers set the bar for relationships with others. Fathers not only influence who we are inside, but how we have relationships with people as we grow. The way a father treats his child will influence what he or she looks for in other people. Fathers, I love you guys. You are so needed. Hopefully, I go viral just for a young man to know how valued he is. Hopefully, he gets to have an understanding as to why he is so valued, worthy, treasured, needed, loved. It matters. Oh, it makes a difference. Oh, the difference. All the difference. It's a big difference. He is, black fathers, you are the difference. You are the difference. Women, we're just expected. Know your role, know your place. And we are. We had them. And that's why we want a little baby to love. That's what God gave us. Those are forever babies to love, nurture. We do all that. But what's shaping their ideology of what they see in others, what they seek, you want what your daddy is, especially when your daddy has loved you right. I want a strong daddy. I want a daddy, when I say, daddy, can I get that wagon? And he say, no, baby girl, not now. And then I get an A on my spelling test. And then I come home and I got my fucking red radio flyer. Because that's what my daddy did for me. He told me no. He never said, he never said no. He said, no, not right now, baby girl. And I'm like, well, daddy, I really want that wagon. And oh, that wagon, it's a big part. Oh my gosh. If you know me and you know Madden, you always saw my radio flyer wagon in the back. That is my wagon, and it ain't going nowhere. And if you knew the adventures of me on that wagon and me getting my spelling test and coming home, because my daddy already knew I was going to get an A plus on that spelling test. And I did, and my wagon was already in the living room when I walked in. Because that's what black fathers do all the fucking time. That's one example to my daddy, Bradley Shelton. May he forever rest in peace. Because I only know him to be my daddy, you know. He's a lot of things, or he was a lot of things. Sorry, y'all. He was a career Navy officer, meaning he was in there his whole life. He was my volleyball coach. He was the lifeguard. He wasn't the lifeguard. He was in charge of the lifeguards at the aquatic center. He was over parks and recs at Van Ness Recreation Center on Van Ness, Arlington, Slauson Avenue in Los Angeles in the 70s. My daddy was the first certified black lifeguard in the state of California. My daddy was 6'6" and could hold his breath for umpteenth minutes, even until the day that he died, and he'd always be willing to show you. My daddy had pure precision when it came to shooting or stabbing somebody. He'd be willing to show you all the time, too. My father was a black proprietor in the Los Angeles area, in South LA, the Crenshaw area, around the corner from Crenshaw High School. He knew almost every child that graduated from Crenshaw High School for over 30 years because they all came into his store to buy candy. From when he worked there as a favor to his friend Jesse and Claudine, or rather if he once he purchased ownership into the store because they retired. My father was heavily regarded in the community, and he was a great man, and I came from him, and he gave me the utmost confidence. He was my volleyball coach. He was the baseball coach. He coached Darryl Strawberry for a number of years at Van Ness Park, along with a number of other minor leaguers that came from the neighborhood in the Crenshaw district. So I can't honor fathers and not honor the one that got me where I am, to be who I am, to move how I move. He always taught me to be the wild, crazy person that I am. He always told me it was going to get me in trouble. He is right about everything that he has ever said. He said, but ain't nothing you can tell her because that girl is just, she hard-headed. She gonna march to the beat of her own drum. But she is gonna be something great. And I hope that I am making him proud by, he said, if she ever just stick with something, she gonna do something. So I hope maybe this is a something. I don't know. I'm wise beyond my years. He would always tell me that, which is why I'm going to get in trouble, because I'm always challenging people, questioning everything, and wanting to know why somebody don't know what they supposed to know, because I need to know, and I like to know, because so here I am. So y'all get to be up in my brain, because as I know, I get to tell y'all what I found out. And then y'all get to know. So here we go. So my on purpose statement is going to be a Buddhist principle. And it's the beauty of now. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and the beauty that are available now. If you talk to anybody who's been in a war, any children, unfortunately, who had to deal with a school shooter, anybody who has ever been in a fatal car accident, anybody who has been in a terrorist attack, anybody who has been in a plane accident, something so tragic, you ask them if they would appreciate the peace and the beauty of just right now. So I'm going to end with that, my high of the week. So that's my Buddhist principle too.
That was my Buddhist principle. Pretty much the beauty and the peace that we all seek is in right now. And the fact that there are blades of grass that we can go out and put our feet under right now, we don't know what the hell's going to happen in 2 minutes. We don't. That is the beauty of life. And the more we focus on that, I think the more bountiful your life perhaps will be. But that's not the point. I think you'd find the beauty and the bounty of the present, which is what is the gift offering of right now. The peace that we seek isn't a bounty, is it? The peace that we require is isn't in the more in which we could have. Isn't it in the bounty of that in which we currently reside and can go? If you got a swimming pool, sit there and put your feet in. If you got a hot tub, go hop in real quick. Hop in, hop out. If it's in, I got grass in the front of my apartment building, go take your flip flop off and walk up and down that thing. If it's dirt out back, go dig a little tiny hole or just go put your hand in there and just grab you a piece of dirt and just throw it. It's peace and grounding wherever you are. Uh, just is. It's peace and grounding wherever you are. And that's the present. That's the offering. So yeah, my high of the week, my fats graduated. This is the last of my babies. And then there's a whole nother slew of little ones that will come up. But of the rearing of like, oh my gosh, like I took care of these kids and like this is the end. Like this is the real end. Doc Chopper was in no fats is the end. My fats is the end. I want to do a show just all about fats. If you want to keep it fly and funky, I want to do a whole show just about my fats. I really do. Because y'all hear about Chopper every week. So y'all get like 20 minutes of him. I can do a whole little show just about fats. Greatness. Greatness. Father in her life. Honoring black dads. Father in her life. Honoring black dads. Father in her life. To my baby daddy. To the man that I had children with. Mm-hmm. To Big Mike. Big Mike Kimball. That's why the kids are doing the damn thing, right? To Richard Neal, the man I married. Y'all don't hear me because I ain't got that consent. Mm-hmm. My bonus daughter doing a damn thing. My Tyler, he like me. He gonna always be doing his thing, right? He doing his thing, and that's the damn thing. Okay. Um, Great, phenomenal child. Oh, I love me some Tyler. To know him is to love. All you gotta do is meet him, and you're gonna instantaneously love him. And Lil Rich, he's graduating right now as we speak. A few hours ago, my baby is graduating from Los Angeles Community College, getting his associate's degree, and he is going to Cal State Northridge or Long Beach. So did this boy commit? He just so he got offers. He that baby. But because that's what that's what it looked like when you're there. And so yes, um, strong black fathers To my dad, to my pawpaw, which is my kid's grandfather, we appreciate y'all. Keith Curl, I appreciate you because my niece, my Fats, a lot has to do with having a black father in her life. And my baby is on her way to LMU, and she graduated with more than a 4.0. She is on all the lists. She got all the scholarships. She did all the things. I can have a whole show on Kennedy. She is MVP of CIF, Los Angeles sectional. She girls basketball. She. I mean, she's the city champion. I told y'all, whatever Chopper do, she gonna do it better. And she do it every time. Like, oh, you gonna do that? I'm gonna do that. You gonna do that? I'm gonna do that. Strong male, black male models. You don't understand how competitive black women can be. Having brothers. Oh, you can't control that, but you can't control having a father. But it starts with when you're a brother to come up and to be a father. Having those male role models, it just changed everything. I'm on such a high this week with um, all things Raya Ray Ray to my little sweet. She ain't sweet. What the fuck am I lying? That girl ain't sweet. She will stab you. Um, but she is my little niece. To my Raya Ray Ray Keys. Congrats. She just graduated from the 8th grade today. So, yes, my baby is over here doing the damn thing. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching Lucky number 1111 show episode honoring black fathers and black father figures. I can't tell y'all how much I hats off. I love you. No, you do not get the flowers, the glory. But on this Father's Day, hopefully this podcast does something to where you get your due process. They use my show as the litmus test for the due process. Okay? They run it through the ringer. Ask me a question. I holla. Y'all already know the deal. You ain't gotta go home. But you do gotta get your butt up off my line. All right. Love y'all. Take care.